Christopher,
What's up?
what's going on, brother?
Nothing, just driving to the drop in Lewiston, Idaho.
You in Idaho?
Yeah.
Are you on your way home? Well, after the drop.
Yep. Got
Are you
home
going home after that drop?
yesterday.
Oh, you did.
No, yeah, I went home last night. I got home last night, did my didn't leave until what, about 2 o'clock this afternoon. This load doesn't drop till
Oh,
9 o'clock tomorrow.
ah, okay. Good load, decent, reasonable.
I don't even want to say it because you're going to be skeptical of it. But I know
It's all
that
right.
I know this brokerage. I've done business with them. They're good people. Um, do I think they? I still do think they take advantage of us because they've actually got these loads out of Phoenix going to other places in Idaho, and they're only paying
Yes,
2,500 to 3,000 for the others, which
yes,
are
sir.
market rates. But uh, so put it this way, I got 4,500 on this load. It's
Get that money, dog. Get that money, dog. Just want to let everybody know that this is probably going to be a short show. We had to spark this up at the spur of the moment. Chris is in the mountains. He's going to have spotty coverage. And I really don't know who's going to show up on the show tonight. It was kind of like an emergency show because it appears we are not doing Twitter this evening. So we will stream this show live on Twitter and LinkedIn and Facebook as well. So no harm, no foul. We'll just do a quick show because my co-host is on the road and I want him to drive safe. And it looks like we lost him already. So this will be an abbreviated No Alive, but Chris will be popping in and out. And there we go. We lost Chris, but we got Jamie. Hey, Jamie, how are you, brother? So I guess we don't have Mr. Texas Trucker, Jamie Anderson. And it looks like it's just me. I hope everybody likes this new Noah sweater. This is one of the new ones with the big logo on the back and this logo on the chest. We have these in multiple colors, gold, black, blue, gray, and the black with the gray, the black sleeves, black hood with the gray. And I believe we have white as well. So if you're interested in these sweaters, you can pick one or two up at our website. They are available. Thank you. I personally like this one. It's very thick, very warm. I just got this a couple of days ago from the printer. So if you're interested, they're available on our site. Jamie, are you there? Still no Jamie. So let's go to some of these comments here. Joined. Thank you. Checking in from the airport, so I'll miss most of the show. Have a good one, guys. That is Mr. Matt Dahl. Council on American Exceptionalism joined. Tim joined. Chris is back. In Pursuit of Freedom. Hey, how are you? As long as you're on LinkedIn, you're good. Yeah, Matt, I hear you. Good evening, Mike. Let's see who that is. Oh, Jessica. Hey, Jessica. Jessica from MS Fuel Cards, the NOAA Fuel Card. Jessica runs the NOAA Fuel Card program. Chris, you're back.
For now.
Yeah. I let everyone know that today.
It's
It's all good, brother. I let everybody know that this was a spur of the moment show, and you're in the mountains, and your coverage is going to be spotty. So we'll just make this one a quick one. We weren't planning on doing a show today, so we normally do
right. We were
Twitter.
supposed to be
Everybody
at
knows that.
X. Yeah.
Right. But we had some scheduling issues, so we'll just stream here on our platform. It gets put on Twitter anyway, so it's no big deal.
So I wanted
yeah,
to talk to you about X. So why don't we just cut Sundays out anyways? Let everybody spend time with their families on Sunday nights. And
hey, I have no problems with that. As far as I'm concerned, we didn't do a show on Friday, so today could be a makeup show. I got busy on Friday, so there was nothing I could do.
right. Yeah, that's fine.
Right.
And what I talked to you about yesterday, we could do tomorrow because
I cannot. That's what I was just about to say. I can't do the show tomorrow because I have some people flying in. I have some people flying in to meet with me tomorrow. We're going to have a meeting tomorrow night because they're only here for a day. So I have an important meeting tomorrow night, and I will not be. We will not be broadcasting tomorrow night, most likely, because this is going to be a late meeting. So, but we will be back.
What about Tuesday?
We will be back on Tuesday, sir. God willing. We will be back on Tuesday. And it appears that we've got some people joining us from X. That's great. Please feel free to put your comments down, and I will put them on the screen. If you'd like your comments to be shown, that's fine. If you have any questions, you can put them on the screen. You can type them in, and I will make sure that your comments or questions get shown in the broadcast. We really don't have too much scheduled to talk about today, and I'm not going to get too deep because I don't know what's going to happen with you, Chris, and your coverage. I don't want to be sitting here talking to myself. So you know what? I know you had a few things you wanted to talk about, so why don't you go ahead and take the floor, sir?
No, that's why I'm saying. Look, let's just wait till Tuesday because I don't want to be. I want people in here. I actually invited James. I want John in here, Jennifer. So we could talk about that Phoenix load and this whole co-brokering deal and get everybody's opinion on the co-brokering.
I got you, brother. By the way, am I echoing? Am I echoing?
Yeah, a little bit, but it's not bad.
Let me turn my speaker down. I think the problem is my speaker's up too high, so let me turn it down. Is that better?
Yeah.
Okay.
And if you could get John Gostner in here too for that.
Well,
I wouldn't mind him in here, but
I'm not going to be able to coordinate all that most likely, but they are more than welcome to show up.
Right. Yeah, and that's what I told James too. Is I'll share I'll send you a link, and if you can come in, great. If not, it is what it is.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll show up if you send them the link. Yeah, they'll show up. Jamie, are you there now?
Yeah, can you hear me?
You coming in a little low.
Hold on, give me a second. I'm working on it. I'm trying to get my headset.
Yeah, man, do your thing. So as everyone knows, we've been turning up the heat on the insurance industry. I had to unfortunately remove a bunch of people from our Facebook group that seem to think that we should shut our mouths and just pay the high insurance premiums and stay on the plantation, so to speak. So they disagree with me, and that is absolutely okay. And I disagreed with them and threw them out of the group. So I had to throw a bunch of people out of the group that think that truck drivers should just shut up and continue to let insurance companies run our businesses. I had a little problem with that type of thinking, so I threw out a bunch of people over the weekend from the group. I run my business. I own my trucks. My name is on the title, not anyone from any insurance company. As far as insurance is concerned, you are a service provider, and I pay you for a service, which means I don't work for you, and you're not my partner. And you don't get to dictate how I run my trucks, who I hire, where I run my trucks. You insure my trucks because that's what you get paid to do, and you stay out of my business. And that's pretty much what we're working on right now. That is what we're going to be focusing on in the new year. The issue with the insurance industry and the rampant, I'm going to go ahead and just call it fraud in the insurance industry. So from top to bottom, I am fed up with the insurance industry, and we'll be going full force on the insurance industry. We've announced a boycott of Progressive Insurance, and any broker that quotes Progressive Insurance. We won't be using Progressive anymore now or in the future. And I have been on a private boycott of Progressive Insurance for a few years now. And over the next few weeks, we're going to keep it down. Year's over. We're coming to the end of December. Keep it monotone down to the end of the year. But come the new year, it's going to be an all-out assault on the insurance industry. Jamie, are you there?
Yeah, can you hear me now?
You're still coming in low, but that's probably because I had to turn. Actually, you know what? My speaker isn't even on. Now it's on. Hold on.
Can you hear me?
You there?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I hear you, but I think my speaker's blue, man.
No,
to be
he
honest.
is a little
Can you hear
bit
me, brother?
low. Yeah,
No,
I
I
can
think
hear you, but you're a little bit lower than usual.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
know. I got
my
my
speaker's
headset on, but I also got it hooked into the
There
charger
you
because
go.
it only had
That's
70%.
now I hear.
yeah, that's better.
Yeah, my headset's charging. It might get a little stronger here in a minute.
Oh
But
wow.
Mike, let's talk about the insurance industry, brother. And let's talk about the insurance industry, and then be able to dictate how we do our business, who we can put in our trucks, where we can go, the distance. Wouldn't that fall under the joint employer section there? I
Say
mean,
that
I
again,
would
sir.
think so.
I said, well, if they got that much control and they can tell us where we can and can't go and what we can load and everything, maybe they would fall under that joint employer purview, because they've actually moved into the arena of an employer.
That's a very good question, and I'm sure as we move along with this and we bring it to Congress and the states, because this is a state issue as well. We're going to get a lot of input from a lot of people, and we will find out. We lost Jamie, so
And that's another thing. Why are we going by state insurance when we're actually federally regulated?
once again, Absolutely. That is absolutely a great question. And I think, uh, just like with the transparency issue with the brokers and the boycotts of TQL, JB Hunt, and CH Robinson, um, you know, in the beginning, it started out kind of slow and then it ramped up. And that's when all of the people who had good questions threw them out there. And I think everyone started asking. And as we got closer and closer to the people we needed to get that message to them, to be able to ask them those questions, that's when we got the answers to those questions. And it was funny because in many cases, they didn't even know the answers. They were like, well, that's a good one. We need to look into that. And, I think this is going to be another one of those issues,
Mm-hmm.
because, I truly think that they really don't know exactly how big of an issue this insurance problem is, how much trouble it causes us on a yearly basis. You know what I mean? And I really do truly feel it's out of control. I can tell you for the last 2 years, I have had nothing but aggravation and struggle trying to get a reasonable policy. It's been incredible. The numbers have been more ignorant as we go along. I mean, and you're talking about for the last 24 months, not one loss, not one claim, no accidents, nothing. And it's like the numbers are just, they make absolutely no sense. None. And it only comes down, it only proves one thing. There is rampant fraud in the insurance industry because of lack of oversight and lack of regulation. It is absolute fraud. That's exactly what that proves. Lack of oversight and lack of regulation. No limits, no holds barred. We do what we want. We control your company. We do what you want. The insurance industry has effectively put me out of business. And it's not the first time this has happened, by the way. It's not the first time this has happened. And it could happen to anyone at any given time. If your insurance premiums go so high that you can't afford it, you're basically out of business. And I've seen it happen time and time again. So for some people, it's deserved because they are not safe on the road and they have claims and accidents. And that's the reason why the premiums have gone up so high that they can't afford it. But for other people like me, the last accident I had was in 2015. No explanation for it. And what we're learning is, it's funny. Jamie, are you there? I'm talking to myself. Anyway,
I'm here, Mike. I'm here, brother. I'm on the back side, pumping it out to some people, try to get some more speakers in here and trying to get us some viewers, bro. I'm overworking.
No, I got you.
But I am here. I
got
hear you loud and clear.
Got you, brother. Okay, thank
what happened
you.
to Chris?
What if Chris is in the mountains? He's going to be spotty. He'll be in.
Yeah.
He told me that before we started. What I am learning is that there are a lot of people out there like me that are going through the same thing, and it's wrong. Even some people I've noticed in some of the comments on these posts, some of these people don't agree with us on transparency, but they do agree with us on this insurance issue. And I found that actually weird, but cool. I've seen people in these posts that have totally not agreed with us on transparency and the freight broker issue and, the rates and all this, but on the insurance issue, they agree. And that is my point.
Well, Mike, let me point something out here, brother.
Sure.
You don't have to agree with us on every issue, but what you got to know is we are advocating for trucking, And we said from the start, it's all in or nothing. We said that from the start that, once we got the association up, we had to go over to the federal level on the 49 CFR 371.3. But we've let everybody know from the start that there is many things we're going to be tackling. That's what all in is. The whole trucking industry is a wreck right now. So there's so many things we haven't even grazed the surface of what needs to be addressed yet. But I mean, you got to do it kind of methodically. You got to get them rolling, and then put the effort behind it and get it out before you can move to the next one. Then you don't let go of what you've already done on the transparency, because we're going to continue to push that, but we can add to it and then start down different avenues, and that's what we're doing.
Well, it's something that I should point out too. The insurance industry is just as spiteful as the freight industry. And what they've done to me is they've blackballed me, right? So the more I speak out, the more they don't want to talk to me, the more they don't want to quote me, the more they don't want to do business with me. Because the more I, let the cat out of the bag, I'm a troublemaker, right? They don't want to do business with me. So what I've been getting is threats, subtle. These people are business people, so they don't outright threaten you like the freight brokers, but it's been subtle. And I was warned about this, but I have a platform, so I'm not going to stand here and keep my mouth shut and let one segment of the industry get away with screwing owner operators and truckers. So I'm going to say something, and I don't regret opening my mouth and starting this, because it needs to be said, and that is the problem. People have not had the guts, the balls to come out and say what needed to be said. You know what I mean? And I hope now they do. I hope they get up and say something. We've noticed that with John Marlin, he's in construction and he has a similar issue. And other people from the construction industry have joined us and started voicing their opinions because they have these issues. And then we found out that there are doctors in this industry that are getting mistreated with these crazy insurance premiums. They're getting taken to the cleaners with these crazy insurance premiums. And we had some doctors join our cause. And we are going to continue to push, and we're just getting started here. So that's the deal with that. Chris, go ahead. Hey, Jennifer.
Oh, I don't have nothing. I missed a lot of what you guys were talking about. So
We're talking about insurance. That's okay. Jennifer, you got the floor.
Yes, sir. I am just getting tuned in. Got the link from Jamie. It's been kind of a busy day today, doing stuff around the house and catching up on just life, chores and stuff. And that's about it. Just placing more placements, more debt going in. Day in the life.
Hey, it's a busy Sunday. Yesterday, I took the kids to see the Christmas tree over at Rockefeller Center. They got a crazy show over there with the Christmas tree, and I believe that's Saks next door or something. They've got crazy window displays, and they've got this big thing on the side of the building. I don't know. There's so many people. It was crazy. I know. It's funny. Chris called me while I was down there. I'm running after my kids. Jamie called me when I was down. It was so many. It was like millions. So many people at Rockefeller Center, man. It's incredible.
Yep. I do have something to talk about when you get done.
Go ahead.
Oh, so this is totally off trucker topic, but I'm still bringing it to light in light of the viewing audience that we have. So my daughter, as many of you know, she graduated high school a year early. So she graduated high school last year. So she's been out of school for over 6 months now. And she is just about to turn 18. And her boyfriend is 18. And they've been together for some years, whatever. But his favorite football team is the Ravens. And they're playing in Jacksonville, playing against the Jaguars. So my daughter bought her boyfriend and her game tickets for the Jacksonville Baltimore game for this weekend. And I made reservations 2 months in advance at the Hampton East Regency there because it said they allowed people 18 and older to stay. My daughter and her boyfriend take out yesterday morning. They drive. I don't know who's making the noise. Please mute your mic. But they take out yesterday morning at 3 o'clock in the morning, drive 12 hours. They get to the Hampton and they're told you can't check in because you're not 21, and that's our policy.
What?
And yes. And so she calls me up. Her voice is a little wavery. Mom, they're not letting us check in. I said, let me call them. I called and I spoke to the hotel manager. He says, ma'am, this is our hotel policy. And I said, well, sir, I booked on Booking.com. It's a third-party site, I realized, but it did say 18 and up. We made sure of that before we booked because we knew they were 18. And he said, yes, ma'am, well, this is our policy, and we're not willing to waive it. I said, sir, listen to me. I'm a concerned mom. I'm calling from Mississippi. My kids are 700 miles from home. They're 12 hours away. I can't get to them. And they're there for the football game. We booked this reservation 2 months ago. They've saved their money for this occasion. I said, you've got to let them stay there. They don't have anywhere else to go. He said, well, it's too bad. I'm not willing to change our policy. I'm not willing to waive our policy. And I said, look, I'm asking you to make an exception. I'll give you an extra credit card for any incidentals that, if you think they're going to tear the place down or whatever it takes, just let me, I'll do whatever it takes. But you can't turn them out to the streets of Jacksonville, Florida on a football weekend with nowhere to stay. He said,
Wow.
find another place to stay.
What?
Yes. So I called Hampton. I called their corporate office, customer service, and I talked to somebody there. They escalated me to a manager. I talked to the manager. She was like, let me call the hotel. She called the hotel, and she says, yeah, he says he won't waive the policy. I said, I know. I already told you that. And I said, I told the guy, I said, you have the ability to make a difference. You have the ability to change this. He goes, yeah. And he didn't do it. So she called him, and he said, no, I'm not willing. She says, well, ma'am, this is our policy. I said, then I need to talk to your manager. She goes, I don't have a manager. I said, ma'am, you do not own the Hampton Inn. You have a manager. Okay? I need to speak to them. And she says, well, I don't have one that you can get to right now. They're only accessible by email or whatever. I said, then you better email them, and I'll sit here with you and wait for their response. But I need to speak to somebody. She says, I don't have anyone to call. And I said, if the building was on fire, you'd have someone to call. So call someone. She goes, I'll give you this other customer service number, but you're going to get the same answer from them. It was the Hilton because they're owned by Hilton. So, Hilton's the big name. I'm like, okay, yeah, good, okay. Now I've got the granddaddy of the hotels. I got this. So I call Hilton customer service. I explain to the guy is so sympathetic. He goes, oh, I'm so sorry. Let me call and see what I can do. He calls me back. He's like, ma'am, there's nothing I can do. I'm sorry. You'll have to find someplace else to stay. I said, so you want me to go on record on all the social media platforms I'm connected with and tell everybody that Hilton and Hampton will turn your 18-year-old young adult children out on the streets of a busy city with nowhere to go when you had a confirmed reservation for 2 months? He said, well, the information on the website was, I said, I get that it was wrong, but that's not my fault. I had no reason to suspect the data. Well, anyways. So meanwhile, Elissa had called the Marriott. Their policy is 21 and up. And she says, is there some place you can refer me? All right, folks, this is where you got to listen up. Aloft, A-L-O-F-T, Aloft, is this hotel chain that will take 18 and up. Okay, so she goes over there. Her original hotel room was 364. This one's going to be 406. Okay, whatever. She goes there. They tell her it's going to be 550 because she's got a secure incidental. So I said, well, can I give you a separate credit card for that? And she's asking him, and I said, let me talk to that guy. So I talked to the guy on the phone. I explained to him what happened. He said, you know what? I'm just going to flat rate these incidentals at $50 a day or whatever it is. It'll come to $420. And I said, thank you, sir. Thank you so much for doing this and seeing that my kids have a place to stay. But I just want you all to know we're boycotting Hampton and Hilton. Down the boycott.
Okay, Jennifer, we'll add them to the list.
They're there.
We'll add
They're
them
so
to the
there.
list.
So now we're boycotting the hotels.
I don't give a
Yeah,
damn what's going on boycott.
okay, let's go get them.
Turn my kid out in the streets of the city that she'd never been in before. No,
No, I hear you,
Oh,
but
sure.
were they able to check in, Jennifer?
Yeah, that aloft. That's why I said everybody needs to go. Aloft is where you're going to stay from now on. They had a 9 out of 10 stars, exceptional reviews. The only thing is they didn't include breakfast like the Hampton did, so whatever. They had to pay $10 at McDonald's for breakfast. Big whoop. But
Okay,
at least they did let them
Jennifer.
check in. So
Jennifer. So they are safely checked
they
into the
are
hotel.
safe, checked in,
Okay.
yes.
Now,
And
now,
now they're
now.
at the football games.
Okay, great. So now, do you still want us to launch a full-out assault against this hotel chain, or
Absolutely.
can we?
Hampton and Hilton.
I would.
All right,
That's
we will.
bullshit.
You know what? I'm
Hey,
going to make a note of that. I'm not going to go ahead and announce that yet, but I will. I will make a note of this
make a little
potential.
footnote, yes. Footnote.
Yeah. Uh, we
But
will note.
without worrying about the safety and well-being of these young adults that are there in this strange city, not that it should be any of their concern, but they had a confirmed reservation. It shouldn't have been an issue. And I feel
Right.
that Hilton should have been the bigger person here as a well-known, reputable hotel chain and waived the policy for my super special kid
Kind
because
of.
we didn't have any way to go.
Yeah. Hey, Chris, kind of reminds you a little bit of Home Alone, huh? With you remember the movie
Yeah.
Home
Yeah,
Alone?
Macaulay Culkin. Yeah, we know who that is.
Jennifer had a
Yep.
little real life Home Alone situation, except in reverse. Macaulay Culkin didn't seem to have a trouble checking into his hotel. He didn't
Right.
have any trouble. I think, yeah. Jennifer, how about we just, instead of all out boycotting this billion-dollar conglomerate all over the world,
Can I
with
tell him
hotels
to? Never
all
mind.
over
I'm
the
not going
globe, instead of doing that, how about we just say, hey, Hampton and Hilton, maybe you can try a little bit better next time when it comes to children. Can we do that, or you still want to just all out?
No,
Don't use these.
no, not the way that hotel manager was just. No, too bad. Kick rocks. Find somewhere else to stay.
I got you. Okay. No, we will.
I mean,
We will. We will. We have a meeting tomorrow, and we will definitely make that. We will table that one at the meeting. We will bring that.
So Jennifer,
So now,
I got a question. So
go ahead.
did they reimburse the charges for the hotel at the
well,
Hampton?
they first told her they were going to charge the card anyway, so she was panicked because then she wasn't going to have enough money for her hotel. But then she went back in and they said they did not charge her. Now I called Booking.com and they reached out to the hotel and I explained to them the desk manager says that they have asked several times that this company age be changed from 18 to 21, blah blah blah. But anyway, and when I talked to Booking, they were like, yeah, they've never asked for that because it's not here on their account. Same information when they open their account, blah blah blah. But she said she reached out because they're supposed to offer you some kind of reimbursement for and helping you find accommodations if they're going to cancel your reservation the same day. Well, they didn't. But so Booking.com is offering, I think, $65 towards the difference in payment, which is about what it was. So she'll come out okay.
Turned right around and called the news station and told them what you had going there.
I just really put Hilton in a better place for the customer service than where they held themselves out to me.
Yeah, you would think so. I never had an issue with Hilton or Hampton.
Yeah. Well,
I know they're the same company, but still.
I've stayed in my last Hampton, and I've never had enough money to stay in a Hilton. So.
oh,
What?
well, if I may, we've got some other people that just joined the show. We've got Bill. Bill, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
I hear you
Bill.
loud and clear. We have Joseph Langoni. I was told that I have been pronouncing his last name incorrectly, and I was quickly checked and put in my place. I'm sure he'll be back, but Mr. Joseph Langoni running for Congress to represent the 17th district of the great country of Texas. He just fell off, and hopefully
Well,
he will be back.
Mike, I've got a few more that I'm going to get with tomorrow, and we're going to speak to about that are running that are America First candidates. One in North Carolina, one in Florida, and I told him about the Florida Truck Show, and there was one other gentleman, TJ. TJ, I'll have to look, but I've spoken to him, and the other night I was in phenomenology space, and she has come at me and asked if we wanted to come in and do a trucker space with her, and that's an American Mission space, and that's a bigger space. So we're going to set that up. Monday, tomorrow, Truth Not Fiction has asked if we want to come on and do a podcast with him on his channel. So let me know on that, and we'll move forward.
Sounds good. I'm in on all of that, as I'm sure everyone is. Absolutely, Jamie. You've been working overtime. Thank you, sir. Joseph, the floor is yours, sir. Appears we lost Joseph. Bill.
Yeah, I'm here.
Mr. McKelvey, what's new with you, sir?
Out here in the land of fruit and nuts. Somebody help me.
What?
You on your own, brother. You on your own.
Hey, Mike, I forgot to mention I did go into American Mission Space today, no, it was yesterday. They had a pretty big space going, and got the floor, and Dustin Stockton and Jennifer at American Mission said they're really proud of where we're at and where we started from. Because we did start in American Mission, and they say that support is fully, man, and they're super encouraged by the progress we made. So just passing that information on to you.
That is excellent news. Please tell them that we would like to have a meeting with them and set up something with them for the new year. We're doing a lot of stuff for the new year. We've got a very big announcement for NOAA Live. Actually, this show right here, we've got something big happening with this show right here, starting in the new year. But I am not going to announce it now. But we will be changing some things for the new year, because quite frankly, we're just going to have to. So we're going to try to jazz it up a little bit, make it a little bit more professional, because we will be expanding NOAA Live and going a little further out with our reach for the new year. Miss Jessica Dotson from MS Fuel Cards has joined us. Jessica handles our NOAA branded fuel card. I have mine here somewhere. I wanted to show them on the show. I gotta dig them out. I just got them, I think. Hey, Jessica, how are you?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
I'm hanging in there. You got any new news? Any new goings on you want to talk about?
No new news. Same thing. Good discounts. Good tire discounts. Yeah, credit lines for everybody. That's it.
Gotcha. Jamie, did you get your fuel card?
Yes, we have, and we just got the information today from Miss Jessica to finish setting them up. So we will be going out tomorrow with one of them. We're doing a comparison because we also got an RTS. We're going to do a comparison side by side of the cards and be able to report back to Miss Jessica on what we're seeing. I'm actually sending her.
Actually, I can do that. I've already done that.
I'm sending my information back to her now when I feel what it is on the what it's costing me, because I've been using RTS this week. What it's costing me and what it pump price, what it costs on the pump, and what it costs on the card. And then also I'm pulling up mud flap in there and doing a comparison side by side. You know how I am. I like to compare stuff. So that's what we're doing. I don't know, and I didn't tell you this neither. Savage, do you remember the radio show we done, Mike?
Yes, I do.
He's actually got national recognition now. Fox endorsed him, and another mainstream media has been putting it out and putting his stuff out. So, we're proud for him too. We've been on that show. He's invited us in. And
Jamie, is that the guy that when I was talking about when the bird hit me in the head? That guy?
I'm not sure, brother. He was the one that went out over the radio.
Right.
Podcast.
I thought we were just like having a conference call, but you guys had us live on the radio. I thought it was just the three of us on the phone, but
Well, it was live then over his network, but he puts it all together, and the following week there's a couple radio
yeah, I like
shows
that.
that put it out. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, I'm standing in front of my house, and Jamie's like, "Hey man, you got to go on this show. This guy's got a radio show, whatever." And I'm like, "Yeah, all right, cool, let's do it." So I hung up the phone. Jamie calls me back. He's got me on a conference call with the guy, and I'm in front of my house doing something. I don't know what the hell I was doing. I think I was cleaning the garbage cans or something. I don't know. I'm always cleaning something here, and the bird just came out of nowhere and cracked me right in the head and then got stuck in my hood. And so I'm trying to get this bird out of my hood. And right after I got the bird out and he flew away, I got connected with him and this guy and I didn't know we were live on the radio. Like I was just telling these guys the story of this bird just cracking me in the back of the head and falling into my hood. And, hey, actually, yeah, man, I like that guy. He's cool. Absolutely, man. You're working overtime, bro. I appreciate you, Jamie. Jamie Anderson, Mr. Texas Trucker. Joseph, are you back now? Do you have a solid connection? Can we go to you?
Yeah, I am here. I finally got a connection that I can rely on, I guess.
Okay. Joseph, I was told that I may be pronouncing your last name wrong, and I don't like to slaughter anyone's name. Is it Langone or Langoni?
It's Langone, from what my family says, but it could go either way. I've always been called Langoni or Langone. So, no, you're good. Don't worry about slandering. It's when people call me Languini or Languani, stuff like that. It's a Saugus name outside of Boston, you know?
Got you. I think if you're from New York, it's Langoni, and if you're from Texas, it may be Langone. You think?
Massachusetts, it's Langone, but out here in Texas, it's Languini. They just say it as it comes out as they feel, and that's fine. I don't mind.
Let me ask you something, Joseph. How's the campaigning going?
It's going interesting. When it comes to campaigning, I'm trying to make some phone calls. I keep getting dead ends, voicemails. I leave my voicemails. I try to say, hey, like, look, I'm running for Congress in our district. I'd love for you to propose for me if you agree with my message. And I've been calling gun shops from Huntsville, Trinity, Nacogdoches. And I don't even know if they're even getting these messages. Like, either it's going to voicemail or it's just getting straight deleted. It's a little upsetting because I'm not talking to anyone personal. And it's hard because I'm here in Indiana. I'm a truck driver running for Congress out here in the middle of nowhere trying to campaign from where I'm at. Besides those notions, I have been getting a lot of messages through my email saying that they are very happy they're someone going against Pete Sessions. And with that said, I'm the only one going against them. It's only 2 Republicans on the ballot. It's me and Pete. So it's just us.
Wow. Mano y mano. Nice.
Well, Joseph, this is what I wanted to talk to you about this weekend. What I'm thinking is, what I know is that we've got a lot of America First candidates running in this area in districts that butt up to yours. If we can find a place where them districts butt up and put on a rally and then have multiple candidates from the different areas there where they come together at one rally, it would be more bang for your buck, but it also might get you some, in other words, cross over the support from district to district. You know, that's what I've been thinking about. And, we got O'Shea, we got several candidates right around here around us that are running for these spots, brother. And it may be useful to try to build a coalition with them and, kind of boost y'all's stature, y'all's message. And that's just what I'm thinking.
Yeah, no, I think the best way we can get together is having those rallies on our district borders and letting everyone know, like, hey, we're the people of America. we're letting everyone know this is where we need to go. We don't need to be relying on the days of old. We don't need to be relying on guys who have been in the system for 30, 40 years, like Biden and Sessions or Lindsey Graham and Menendez. These guys, they need to get out, and they're going to get out. We're going to replace them. It's guys like us in their 30s, 25s, in their 40s. We are going to come into play. We're going to initiate the actual agenda that needs to be done. The actual agenda is the American First agenda, where we focus on our borders. We focus on our economy. We focus on our truck drivers. Like, I mean, they seem to be talking points, but they're not necessarily talking points as much as they are stepping stones to getting to where we need to be. For the past years, I've seen people running on actual solutions. If we can find a solution to these problems, like finding the transparency through the brokers, restoring culture in our economy that makes more people want to be truck drivers, and getting the economy back to our homeland to where we're not freaking exporting free of charge, I could see our country coming back in this economic strife. I mean, I see our prices going up, and my paycheck stays the same. I told y'all guys a little while ago, 120 hours for the past, 120 hours. 120 hours I've worked, I haven't had a single paycheck. It sucks. But with that being said, I'm going to yield with this. We need to start thinking American first. We need to start focusing on our candidacy. That's not just my district, it's my neighboring districts and the states around us. Every state's a border state. Every state should be an American first state. And that goes for the districts and counties that follow suit. So think local to federal and fill the gap with American first. With that, I will yield.
Yeah, Joseph, I agree with you. It's time for the boomers to get out and let Gen X come in and let us do what we can do, brother. That's what I feel like.
Well, I definitely agree with you, Joseph, and we support you 100%. And anything that we can do for you here at NOAA to get your message out, we will definitely do. Right now, sir, you are streaming live on Twitter, LinkedIn, and Facebook. And the floor is yours. We support you. So we have a few people. 1 second here. We have Mr. Matthew Kane with us. He is joining us, I believe, here on LinkedIn. Matthew is the CEO of a company called Rightload. I met Matthew a couple of months ago, and I think he is a very interesting person, and he's definitely onto something. If you're not familiar with Rightload, please check it out. Matthew, if you can put your website, your web address on the screen, I will definitely put it up there so people can go to it and check it out. Matthew, his company provides full transparency on loads and no freight brokers. So if you're interested in something like that, please check out Rightload and Matthew Kane. Jessica, are you still there?
I am still here.
How are things going with the fuel card? I know that you said the last time you were on the show that you added some more. You added some more services. I think it was it health insurance or something like that, or
Yep.
health?
We added a partner. We added a health insurance partner that is able to provide low cost vision, medical, dental. They also help and get 401k planning taken care of for drivers. It seems to me, whenever I dug into it, it seemed to me like a pretty good opportunity. It's kind of like a health association. It's like another association membership that you join, and you're able to get low rates, almost comparable to like whenever you work for an employer like myself in a corporate setting. you're able to get a lower cost premium and monthly out of pocket. And this is what this to me, this is what this resembles. It's kind of comparable to that. I can share the landing page, the link on Facebook, on this Facebook group, so you all have access to that, so that you can check it out yourself. But to me, so far, looks like a
Yeah.
pretty good opportunity.
Okay.
Well, let me put something out there.
I'm sorry.
I
I didn't mean to speak over you, Jessica. My wife was calling me. Sorry.
That is a priority. I think Jamie was trying to say something as well.
let me put this out there. There's a new program that I found. My cousin's actually been under it for a year, and I kept procrastinating about calling them and getting set up. Finally, he gave them my damn number, and they called me. So me and my family has now got full insurance, Aetna. There's a program for owner operators that they've come out with that's subsidized heavily by the government, and we got Aetna with zero copay, zero deductible, zero prescriptions, zero doctor visits, $5 for blood work, and all the other benefits for $69 a month for me, my wife, and my 6-year-old daughter. So,
That's really good.
yeah. I mean, when I'd been procrastinating, but when he told me what it was going to cost me, and that's I could have got the insurance for free. What cost me was the $30,000 rider policy in case I get sick or something happens out here, or I die on the road. My family's got $30,000 coming, so
Wow.
that's what I could have got it completely free without the rider, but I got the rider, so it was $69 a month.
That's really good. Yeah, I don't know if this program would beat that, Jamie. I just know that I like to offer as much as I can out there, so
Yes,
everybody
ma'am.
kind of has different opportunities, right? This program
well,
it's NAWP. Does that sound familiar, Jamie?
I don't know, hon. Like I
Okay.
said, here's what I know, that this program is catered directly to people like us, truck drivers,
Yeah.
and owner operators. It's specifically for that, and I don't know. My cousin's been on it a year, so let's see where it goes. Right?
Mike,
I did
don't know
send
how to.
Mr. Kane a invite, and if he wants to come in and speak, Mike. So
Who?
Matthew Kane.
Yeah, I'm texting with him right now, actually. But Chris, let me ask you something, and then I'm going to go to the land of fruit and nuts. Bill is obviously in California, so I'm going to go to Bill. But Chris, you said that you have been doing comparisons with the NOAA fuel card and other fuel card. What have you found out,
Yeah.
Chris?
I mean, most of the time they're real close, if not a little bit better than the RTS. And they've been real close to Mudflap too. So, I mean, they're right in between. So,
Mike Tyson. And Mudflap is down. Mudflap is down. That's what I'm talking about.
I
Okay?
wouldn't go that far, but Mudflap's
Hey.
a little bit cheaper,
Hey.
but not much. Not in comparison to what.
Mudflap
Yeah.
is going, no son, Mudflap is going down in 3. You understand? 3. I'm calling it 3. All right? That's what I'm saying. All right? And we'll deal with RTS.
Yeah, don't be
later.
surprised when. Yeah.
Let me ask you something. What kind of discount you get on those tires at Mudflap, Chris? Oh, let me ask Jamie that. Since he buys a lot of tires.
The tire discount is on big rig savings.
Oh, is that with Mudflap?
Anybody can sign up for it.
Is that with Mudflap? No. Right? Is it?
The station I pulled in, I filled up in San Antonio. It was 306 at Pilot on Mudflap. It was 309 with RTS, and the pump price was $3.40. At that time, we didn't have our MS fuel card yet. We got a $5,000 credit line with RTS, and we got another credit line with MS. So what we're going to do is I'm going to run one fuel card. My cousin's going to run the other. That way we can get an accurate side-by-side comparison because we run the same lane, the same areas. You know what I mean?
Know what you mean, sir. Bill,
Yeah.
since you already have your speaker open, are you in California?
Yeah, man.
It's not going too well?
No, it's okay. I just something different, rather than running the Midwest and the East Coast. So
All I can tell you, Bill, keep your doors locked. And if you just be careful, bro. The Democrats are running rampant in that place. Grab your load and get the hell out of there ASAP. That's all I can tell you, bro.
yeah, I ain't worried about it. I'm all right. I got to go deliver in Oakland tomorrow. So
Smells like weed everywhere you go, right?
do what now?
Smells like weed everywhere you go, right?
I can't believe the way these people live in some of these cities. There's so much smog out here. Anybody who has any kind of asthma or something is in deep trouble. I will tell you one thing, though, that if the FMCSA wants to know what speed limiters is going to look like, they should come out to California and just sit in a truck and watch how many times you almost get rear-ended because it's 55 for trucks and 70 or 75 for cars. These people just don't care. They don't pay attention. Yeah, I'm on I-5, and on 40. 40 wasn't that bad, but once you get on I-5, it's like when I'm watching my rear view mirror, I don't know how many, I lost count on how many times I almost got nailed in the rear of the trailer.
So it's 55 for trucks, 55 for trucks, and 75 for cars?
Yeah. Yep. 70, 75, depending upon where you are. Yep.
That is hysterical, bro. I bet they're cleaning up the highways with body parts every single day out there. That is hysterical. They got morons out there driving 75 miles an hour and trucks at 55. You know what? Chris, you do California a lot, don't you?
Hell no.
Oh, no? I thought you did. It must have been Mike. But, Bill, what else is new, bro? How's everything going on the misclassification of owner-operators front?
Well, we're still working on it. I'm not really sure where it's going to go, but there's a lot of benefits to straightening this out. And we got some new people trying to come in and push back, and they're just not paying attention nor doing research. So, it's the usual pushback and the stuff. I don't know if you were on that space or listened to this space earlier today. I know Jamie was on it or listening to it with the attacks and the taking pictures of people and the threats and all this stuff. And I told him, I said, listen, just no matter what you do, that's just the way these people are going to be. They're going to do something like that. That's just how people are. And I don't know. I'm hoping that we get this stuff straightened out. The joint employer decision by the NLRB seems to have filled the space for AB5. So maybe that will start happening. I'm not sure, but it's a slow process like anything else you're trying to get changed.
Totally understand. Totally understand.
There's a lot of ignorance out here, and I'll have to admit that I was leased on and I thought it was the greatest thing since sliced bread. But then, things happen, and once you start to understand labor and the labor laws, and people should look at these things before they run their mouths. And unfortunately, America, I don't know. To me, it seems like, and I could be wrong, that ever since our last president left and they installed this person into office, we've just gone to the 3 to 5 second response without doing any research on anything and everything. And it's just, we need to have deeper and more research discussions on labor and how these companies have basically taken what should be a good job and have control. You know, the thing of it is, as I explained to Richie and some other people, I was in a discussion earlier today, when you say authority, okay, people need to look up the word authority. Once they look up the word authority, maybe then they'll start to understand that the company that they're working for is the one that has the authority, not them. So I really don't understand how they still think they're independent when they're working for someone who has authority over them. Because that's essentially the simplest way to look at this, Mike. If you're leased onto a company, the company that you're leased onto has the authority to rule over you to a certain degree. You know, and then you look at the federal leasing regulations, and basically that's what it says. You know, you're turning your logs in, you're turning your IFTA in, you're turning your miles in. Sometimes they have a fuel card for you. Sometimes, you know, you got to have workman's comp, their insurance, and the list just goes on. You got to do their inspections. You got to read inside their documentations, and it just, people just don't understand.
Their dispatch.
Yeah. And it's not that, you know, the rules aren't there and the law's not there, because it is. It's just these companies have gotten away with it. And then you have guys complaining about things like deadhead miles or not getting paid for drop trailers or not getting paid for going and chasing empty trailers. But then they want to be left alone and they just want to do their own thing. Well, when you go into business, the person who's responsible for knowing the business laws is you as a business operating in your state and your federal system. And then when it comes to employment, it's the same thing. If you're going to employ people or you're going to lease people on and then pay them however you think, you know, it's not however you think or what you want to do. It's you should understand what the laws are for your state and for the feds. And that's what you need to be doing as a responsible business owner. I'm not trying to be rude or mean, but, you know, I think a lot of people have just gone and bought in a truck and just going to do whatever they want to do. And, you know, it's like the argument today turned into about California AB5. And these people think that a lot of those guys out there are actually independent, but they're not independent in the ports. There's absolutely no way. Those guys have complete and total rule over those guys. And people need to dig deeper and start understanding. The other thing too is that the other discussion, then I'll let somebody else have it, is a difference between what is an owner operator. And listen, I understand. I know what the definition that the FMCSA says it is. Mike, you know, Jamie, and everyone else at NOAA knows that we sent in paperwork, or I sent in paperwork back in 2021 at the multi-federal agency meeting in Charleston, and then again at a board meeting of the following fall, and then again somewhere in between as a request from people in DC that the definition of owner-operator should be defined better, because people are getting confused. When you say owner-operator, people are going, well, wait a minute, are you leased onto a company or are you an independent? Which one are you? You can't lump the two together. You really can't. If you do, then you really don't know what you're talking about, because as a leased operator, everything that you and I and Jamie just said is true, okay? All of that stuff encompasses a lease operator and more, okay? But if you're an independent trucker, all of that responsibility lands on you. It doesn't land on anybody else. Or maybe you cut a deal that, you know, one of the brokers you're working with provides you a fuel card at a better discount than what you can get, okay? Or they provide you buying services, which you know, you can arrange. Anything like that, you know, that is completely upon the responsibility and accountability of that individual independent operator. an independent trucker. So while the company that you may or may not, because I know there's some guys who just go out and buy trucks and then they just lease onto the company. They don't even make a company, which, you know, that's a whole other situation. You should make a company. You should make an S corporation, not an LLC, because a lot of the states are now going against the LLC, and I think that's their next move. They're going to try to phase those out. But I honestly, these people just do not understand. They go to the FMCSA website and they go, hey, here's the definition of an owner operator, but you're not clarifying the difference between a lease on trucker and an independent trucker. And that definitely, most assuredly, needs to be clarified, because then we can really start getting down into some actual numbers and who's a carrier and who's not, and all of this does really matter. So,
but Bill,
yeah,
Bill,
yeah.
I want to interject really quickly, and then I want to go to Papa. By the way, we have a special guest here tonight. I mean, all of you are special. You're all special in your own way. But we have a really special guest here tonight, Papa. That is Blake Alvarez Foss's husband. He is a owner operator, and Blake does his paperwork. Hey, look, there goes Blake. I think they have, we finally see her. Bill, I want to say, do you ever think that they want it vague? That's what I wanted to get. They want it to be confusing. But before you answer that, is he leaving? Papa, you have the floor, sir. Thank you for being here. The floor is yours.
I'm just here listening. I'm still trying to figure out. I heard this little clip from, I guess it's the president of the TIA, where he said the brokers don't make the rates. So I'm still trying to figure out how the brokers don't, make the rates as he says. So, did you see that TikTok, Mike?
Yes, sir, I get all of the TIA's announcements. Believe me, every time they open their mouth, I get it. You know what? We do have a broker in the audience. He was waiting for a flight. Matt Dahl. He might be a good person to ask that. I don't know if Matt is still watching this, but I will tell you this. I am with you on this. If you are controlling the freight, you're the one negotiating with the shipper. You're the one posting the load on the load board. You're the one negotiating the rate. How can you not say that you are not controlling the rates? I'm with you. I don't get it. And we all know that if brokers were only making 15%, 13% on these loads, there would not be that many brokers out there. That I do know. They would be looking for another job. Jamie, you want to chime in on that?
Yeah, well, the mantra goes, the market sets the rate, supply and demand set the rates. But who controls the market? The brokers control the market. So
right.
Come on, man. But see that's the simple. That's what they put out there because a lot of people don't have the brain to understand exactly what they're saying or actually break down what is going on.
I mean, I think you both bring up excellent points, but and when you try to explain this, it's like it gets nasty. We all know. We all know it does. It gets nasty. And sir, you bring up a very good point with that. The CEO of TIA, president, the old one, before what's her name came in, Voltman. He was the one who made that comment that brokers are only making 13, 14% on these loads. I believe that was an old video of him doing that, and some people did challenge him on that, and he did eventually, I guess, retire You're totally right. It is BS, sir. Go ahead, Mr. Papa.
Yeah, I mean, they also pull their rates from DAT. I mean, DAT's on the TIA board, you know. So the whole thing is all set up for the brokers. If the brokers, you know, were only getting 12%, they would be more than happy to show us, hey, this is all I got in it. Instead of them saying, hey, this is it, this is all I got, and still sitting on, you know, 30%. You know, if they really truly were only taking that percent, why not show us?
And what about your insurance payment? What about, oh, I need a new tire, or airline blew, or what about all of that? You know, we got to throw that into the mix. You know, I mean, you can't take 20, 30, 40, 50, 70% out of the load. If you do that, I cannot run this truck safely. I have to say, you know what, something's got to fall by the wayside here. You know what I mean? I mean, Bill, you posted up a guy you said something about a guy who had no plates, no stickers on his truck, no tags, no nothing. You know what I mean? Okay, well, hey, the guy's got to eat, right? Right? The guy's got, I'm totally against that, but the guy's got to feed his family, right? He's got to eat. So you know why he's doing that, because the broker's taking 30, 40, 50% out of the load, and he's got to cut something, you know? So, you know, it is what it is. It's not like he's going to go back to school and become a doctor or a lawyer and change his profession. He drives a truck. He's going to have to make money somehow. You know what I mean? You know, Papa, we're going to come right back to you. But I want to throw this to Joseph. When you get into the office, what are you going to do to help guys like Papa and Bill and Jamie Anderson? What are you going to do to help these guys with situations like this, as far as brokers taking all of this money out of these loads?
I appreciate the question. Can you hear me right, Matt?
I hear you.
All right, perfect. So what we're looking at is some ethics BS. We're looking at some transparency issues. We got guys taking money off the top. We got corporations that are like holding. So we got corporations holding finances against the drivers. I know we're talking about owner operators, but I'm a lease driver. I just worked 120 hours. I haven't gotten paid. All the loads I've just done, all of that money went to the company because I got deductibles I got to pay. I got detentions I got to pay. I got things going towards the cost of business to pay. So with that being said, I've worked 120 hours with zero pay. I am working towards my idea of compromising to where we can figure out how much money can these carriers take from the owner operators and the lease operators and the company drivers, as well as the brokers and how much they take off the top. The transparency is absolutely ridiculous. It should not it should be unthinkable. It shouldn't be illegal. It should be unthinkable. These guys are doing stuff that are clearly stealing from their drivers, stealing from their customers. It is just ridiculous. The customer will say, hey, we'll pay $4,000 to get this load moved. Okay, well, we'll take that $4,000. We'll send this load out to someone else and take care of it for $3,000. Well, there's $1,000 off the top. That's 25%. And that's being very lenient, because we're sitting here talking about 25%, 30%, 70%. Like, these loads need to be delivered and they're already paid for. The money has already been spent. That is my biggest issue, is these guys are abusing the system. The ethics are being violated. We need to make sure the drivers, the blue-collared workers, the dude who leaves his family to go 500 miles down the road to deliver a product, and then from there go another 500 miles in any other direction. It is absolutely ridiculous. So my answer to you is this. We want transparency. We want ethics enforcement. We want to make sure these guys abide by the law that is already set in place. These laws are here, and they have already been here, and they've been here since 1980. But no one's enforcing it. And now we're adding a bunch of other stuff to it, which is a reform that I ensure to make sure, like, when I get into office, the new 2024 or 2025 bill that I will introduce to the Congress will be a bill that will be able to address every single issue that we have. We don't need these carriers finding roundabouts. We don't need loopholes. We don't need these brokers trying to skim money off these loads. We need them to be held accountable. That being said, and this is my last. That being said, I mean, I go on and on and on about this because I get fired up. They're not the ones for the products we are. They're the ones who they pinpoint point to point, say, hey, we're gonna get this stuff done. But who gets it done? We do. We're the drivers. We're the truck drivers. We're the ones who deliver the products. We need to make sure this product gets delivered. Who gets the shaft of the stick? We do. Who gets the profits of the stick? They do. We need to reverse those roles. That's what I'm saying. So with what you said, I will make sure that the product not the product, the actual work that is done is going to the person that actually does the work. I'm not trying to any kind of issue with who makes money in capitalism. It's if you provide the absolute service, you need to get the absolute payout. The absolute service is transit. That is done by the truck driver. With that, I will yield back to you.
Before you close your mic there, Joseph, we have a question here for you. This is from Blake Alvarez. Since Joseph is involved in a lease, has he gotten involved with the current FMCSA lease investigation task force information?
I'm gathering my contract work. Leases are abused. The drivers are abused. I have been through several councils to where I am held as an owner-operator, and I don't have the same rights as an owner-operator, yet I'm held to the same standards as an employee. So when it comes to a company policy, I need to abide by it. When it comes to company initiative, I need to abide by it. When I got the logos on the side of my truck, if anything happens, I'm at fault as a lease operator, not as a company driver, but as any kind of driver. So to answer your question, I'm not an operator. I fall under one of the 5 boxes that you would check off to be a lease owner operator. So technically, I am an employee, even though I'm under a 1099.
Hold on. Your name is on the side of the truck, Joseph?
No.
Okay. Yeah, you are you're a company driver, bro.
Yeah, no, exactly. They call us.
But how are you a 1099 though, Bill? How is he a 1099?
Oh, he's not.
He's not.
This is what we're talking about.
He should be a W-2.
Right.
Yep, that's exactly what it is.
Truck should be on, and he can check for the truck, and then he should be a W-2. Because if you're all that responsibility, just like Jamie said, they're dispatching you, they're doing this, they're doing that. You've signed just about everything that's there. What they're doing is, oh man, I don't know.
Joseph.
You are an owner. You are an owner operator because you're buying the truck, but you're not an independent.
No, he's a W-2.
Yeah, he should be because he should be a W-2 because he is not independent. He does not have the choice of the things he does, where he goes, how he runs his truck. A true independent. Now, if you want to get into a lease that's actually independent owner operator, you own the truck or you're buying the truck, and you're classified as a 1099 as an independent. The only laws you should be beholden to as an independent owner operator are the laws of FMCSA and DOT.
No,
as long as you're running legally, then
all this, bro. I don't mean to cut you off and step hard here, but this is where all of this gets confused. It should not be the term owner operator because it just got confused. You're either leased on a carrier or you're an independent. That's it. Right. The owner operator type needs to go away because it's confusing to people, and then it's confusing to people like him, and then you say things that make it a little bit more confusing. This is how they're getting over on truckers, is by telling you that you are an owner operator. It's real simple. You're either leased to a company with a truck that you own, and you are the driver, or you somehow between you and them, one of you employs drivers for that truck, okay? or you are an independent trucker that has your own independent company, and either you are the driver or you hire drivers to drive the trucks that you own. Okay, the owner operator itself leaves too much ambiguity and too many people saying too many different things. You're either leased on and you are underneath someone else's authority, or you have your own. That's it. Because you need to go, if you go look up the word authority, it tells you exactly what authority means. That means you really don't have control over what that company tells you to do. Okay? And I don't know any other simpler way to put it. What the companies and corporations and all these other people have done is figured out ways to make it sound good. Oh, I like that. Oh, yes, I want to be a truck owner. Oh, yes, I want to have my own business. But in reality, it's not really your own business because you are under their authority. Once truckers start to understand that, then we're going to start moving things forward. But as long as we have people like this guy that, and you've been in the discussion on Twitter, as long as we have people like him and the other talking heads saying that we're all grouped into one, we're honestly not grouped into one. We're definitely not. And it's not anything meant in a bad way, because people will say, oh, you're belittling people, Bill. No, I'm not. I'm trying to get it straight so that people have rights and protections and benefits and don't get abused and taken advantage of. That's the point of this. It's not belittling.
Bill, you're totally right, bro. And you don't have to make excuses for what you're saying. You're trying to help people understand the difference between a carrier, an owner operator, and leased on drive. It gets confusing. Papa, you, sir, are a carrier. Am I correct? You are not leased on to anyone. You have your own authority. You are a carrier. Am I correct, sir?
I am an owner operator. Yes.
So you're leased on to someone.
No, I am my company's name is on the side. I choose what I haul and where I go.
Okay. Bill?
Carrier.
Yeah.
You're a small carrier.
Yeah.
So independent, he is just like what Chris said. He is a motor carrier. Okay.
Bill, you see, this is where the FMCSA is dropping the ball.
Well,
Right.
Mike,
They are not being clear.
right. So it depends on how.
He is the carrier.
Right.
He's not an owner operator, but it does sound like the same thing.
Right.
But he's actually a carrier, no different than Swift or any one. It's the same. He has the same thing they have, except he's smaller. Correct.
Right. Yes.
Okay.
Motor
He's a
carrier.
carrier. Papa, what are you doing? Are you doing reefer freight or do you do dry van? What exactly do you do? Tell everybody about yourself, sir. You're always busy. You never come here. We got you here. I'm happy you're here. I don't know when I'm ever going to get you back on the show. Please tell everybody about yourself. You know, where you're from, what you do. Tell everybody.
We run out of Idaho. I run dry van right now. I ran tanker for probably 5 years. Hazmat tanker. And, we decided to start our own business and go that way. And that's where we're at now. And we're making it work. It's some days are a struggle and other days, things fly, go good. But that's the way trucking is.
Right. Right.
And
are you home for the holidays or are you going back out?
I'm home for the holidays. If something pops up to like a quick run to Salt Lake, I might take it. But if not, I'm home for the holidays. There's no need to go out. Not right now.
Right. And you are in Idaho, next to Chris Bennick and James Anderson. Well, not next to, but they're in Idaho as well. And, you guys got a lot of snow up there recently.
We got hit early, but it's all melted away now. Now we're dealing with the fog. The fog's rolling in, And, people just don't know how to slow down in that.
Right. And, sir, I just want to say thank you for all of the support that you have given the National Owner Operators Association, you and your wife, Blake's. I want to say thank you to all of the support that you and your wife has given this association and everything that you do. I thank you so much for lending us your wife. She is so talented and so intelligent, incredibly intelligent. She teaches me so many things as far as business is concerned. I don't know what I would do without her. Hey, Blake, how you doing? God bless you and your lovely family, all the kids. Thank you very much, you guys, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. and Mrs. Blake Alvarez there, I guess. They are the real brains behind the National Owner Operators Association. I would not be able to get any of this done without them. They've been just the best. Thank you.
No, we believe in the cause.
Who's making a kissy sound? Who's making a kissy sound? I know that's Jennifer.
No, I was clapping.
Go ahead, Jamie. You were going to say something?
Thank you guys, because you guys do all the heavy lifting and the hard work for everybody else.
Oh, look, we finally got Blake on.
Yeah, my voice. Oh no.
No,
Early Christmas present.
It's a good cause. It's a cause we all need to get behind, because, all these old timers say it goes in cycles. This isn't a normal cycle. Not with the brokers weren't stealing the money before. The other cycles were, the economy and stuff like that. Now we have the economy and, brokers taking drivers' money. That's
Right.
not normal.
Well, we all need to push this word. Inflation, y'all. Inflation.
The fuel. The last time this happened, we was paying $2.30, $2.60 a gallon for fuel. Now it's $5 a gallon. Jessica, I want to bring you in on this topic, on this part of it, because the fuel is way out of control, and I know that you're running the NOAA fuel card. By the way, Papa and Blake are customers. They have the NOAA fuel card and have been using it. If you have any questions for them, they're here. Jessica, are you there?
I am here.
Talk to us. What's the deal with the fuel, Jessica?
Fuel's high. The fuel's high. My husband's owner operator. He's out there. Well, let me backtrack the owner operator statement. He's a leased on driver, and he struggles with the fuel prices every day, which is why it's so personally important for me to make sure that we have a fuel card product that's cutting down these costs for these drivers out here, because even with the spike in the prices, these merchants are stuck in a situation where they have to make sure that they're not making the spreads too high for the drivers, because then they lose the gallons. So whenever you talk spreads, that's the markup from the cost of fuel up to where they put it on the retail sign. And it's a fight out there for them right now, because the higher the prices go, the less drivers can utilize locations. And so the margins aren't high for them either. So they're kind of missing out on money as well. So it's across the board, right? Nothing we can do about it. I don't have a lever I can pull to decrease the fuel prices, but I've got a piece of plastic that you guys can use to help cut the cost.
Right. Papa, Jessica, I don't know if you know Jessica, most likely you do, but Jessica is the one. Jessica runs the NOAA fuel card, and I know that you use the NOAA fuel card. You have it. If you have any questions for her, she's here. She's the one she's the head honcho over there at MS. So if you want to ask her any questions, she's here, sir.
Just, on the West Coast, up towards, the Pacific Northwest, there's not a lot of places.
Yeah, so you're looking for acceptability on the card. I know Blake had reached out asking about a location that you guys like to frequent, and you tried at the pump and you had a couple issues. But whenever I checked in with them, they did say that the fuel card's accepted there and that you can come inside and utilize it inside if it's not working at the pump. Were you guys able to take care of that?
Oh, I haven't gone back that direction.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
no,
we got boots on the ground, always trying to get locations accepted. If you have places that you go by, if you're in an area that you don't see the network acceptability for our card, have Blake shoot me an email. We have the merchant team inside of our office. We reach out all the time to get merchants signed up with us. Unfortunately, from my understanding, there's not a lot of opportunity out there regardless with the big truck stops. But if there's a network that we don't have visibility to, please send it our way. And we're pretty successful at getting locations signed up to accept our card.
have you guys looked into like the Sinclair sites?
We have looked into the Sinclair site. So just a little bit of history. I've been kind of working on this with Jamie Anderson too. Whenever we see a Sinclair fuel island, that doesn't necessarily mean that they own the fuel stop. So it's really important that if you're at a Sinclair fuel island, then try to find out who on the inside is the decision maker and what is the location called. It could be Sinclair, but it could also be Joe's Truck Stop. And so we don't do direct merchant acceptability with Sinclair Gas or the Sinclair the product. We do business with the actual truck stop location that manages and runs the facility. That's how we get our card acceptance there.
Okay, so it'll be like Rhodes Truck Stop.
That's right.
So Jessica, another one that you can look into is the Valley Country stores.
Okay. That sounds like that's probably the name of the chain.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, I'm writing it down. Good thing
And
you came
how
up with
about like the Mavericks?
we're accepted all Mavericks.
Okay. And when will that app be up and running so we can see discounts?
Yeah, we're so excited about that. So we're going to be launching that the first of this year. We have a deadline to meet by March 21st is our deadline to have this app live and running. We're going to be demonstrating it and giving live demos at MATS this year, Mid-America Truck Show. We'll be giving live demos. So by that time, our app will be up and running full force. Hopefully it'll be done before then. As soon as I know about it, as soon as we're ready to launch, Noah will be the first audience to hear about it from me.
Beautiful.
Yep.
It'll be a very beneficial app, that's for sure.
We will be at the Mid-America Truck Show. Thank you, Jessica, for segueing into that.
Yeah.
Plug. We will be at the MATS Mid-America Trucking Show March 21st, 22nd, 23rd. We will also be at the Florida Truck Show February 24th and 25th, or maybe 23rd, 24th, whatever, one of those 3 days. We'll be at the Florida Trucking Show. I know Jessica is going to be at MATS, and we will be at MATS as well. Bill, are you still there? Did we lose Bill?
I'm here. Yeah, no, okay. I'm here.
Bill, do you have a fuel card, Bill?
Yeah, I have the NASTC card, and then I have a card through a broker, Comdata, and they're pretty close. The Comdata beats out NASTC a little bit here and there, but
you should definitely check out this card then, because I think it's better than Comdata. But you should definitely check this card out. I don't know if you did or not, but you should check it out.
We started to, and then my wife got sick, and then I left out, so it just sort of got put on the back burner.
Is she okay?
Yeah, ever since she got COVID, it's been, once you get it, your immune system just is not the same.
Right. So, weird things happen. You get like a weird lump in your throat, or, you get winded walking or doing normal stuff, like weird stuff happens. It's like you got to get used to it. Hold on, Joseph. I think we lost Bill. Go ahead, Joseph.
Yeah, no, there were several times I woke up in the sleeper of my own truck where I couldn't breathe. We never got the vaccine. I know I've had COVID several times, but there were several
Yeah,
times where if I can't
I
breathe
ain't
in my
never,
truck.
I ain't never got that shit either, man. And I ain't getting it. I'm good. And not because I ain't no like I'm not, my vaccine days is over. No more vaccines for my lifetime. I took my last one in a few years. I don't need no more vaccines. I'm good.
Yeah,
You know
no,
what? Yeah, go ahead, Joseph.
sorry, I don't mean to interrupt, but I
No,
got my
you-
CD 18, and throughout my years, I've never had a problem in my sleeper. And that's not me being young.
lost your mic, Joseph. We lost your mic. No mic. Lost Joseph. Jamie Anderson,
Yep.
you
What you
there?
got? Yeah, I'm here, brother. What you got?
The floor is yours.
Well, I know this isn't popular with several people, but we're moving forward with that. And actually on the analytics side, they're talking about setting up a portal where owner operators and small carriers such as us can submit our data and trying to come up with a more accurate figure for what we do. We're working on that, y'all. So I'm excited about it. The guy's been open. I know there's some people that don't feel like it can be corrected, but I mean, if we can do anything to help, then I think it's our job to do it. And we are working on that. They have been open and receptive. And we're exploring options to be able to get our data in there to impact the averages. So let's see where it goes, y'all.
Jamie, you're such a gentleman. I appreciate you for not blowing me up, but I'm gonna blow myself up. I am the one that has no confidence in DAT, sir. It is me. I don't have any confidence that they are being forthcoming.
Well,
That they
it's more than you, bro. Bill feels the same way.
and I told them that it is me. I am the problem. Yes, I don't trust them. I don't. I feel they are not being genuine when they say they want to fix the problem. Hey, maybe it's just me, but that's just the way I felt, and I felt that way when we had that meeting with them. I just feel that they aren't being genuine, and
Well, let me put this out there, Mike, so you think about it
Sure.
this way. And Max totally against it. And you know my stance on that has been from the start, has been I don't use their data. Their data is junk. I don't use it at all. I don't base any part of my business on anything their data tells me, truck stop, sonar, none of them, because I've never seen the data presented on these platforms be anywhere close to what I actually do out here regularly. Now, and we're not talking about outliers. We're talking about on an everyday basis of me doing business. The numbers are way skewed, way off. I'm talking about
It makes
$2 a
no
mile,
sense.
$1.50 a mile, $2 a mile.
It makes
But
no sense, and
but
they are firm on those numbers. It looks exactly the way it is, that they are trying to drive the rates in one direction.
well, let me
There
put
is
this out
no
there.
possible way you could make money off what that bracket that they're suggesting that load should be done for.
Yeah, but look
There
at
is
this,
no
Mike.
possible way.
Can you hear me, brother? Look at this. I want to drop it in another way that maybe you'll understand the way I'm looking at it. You know, business. When you're in business to turn a profit, to make money, and products that you bring enables you to do that, because if you can build a better mousetrap and you look at it and you see that there's 3.9 million truckers in America, and you look at how many of your clients are owner operators and small carriers, if you can bring something valid and something that they have faith in, then you can market that and sell that and make tons of money. So let's look at the business side of it. I really think that we got to go at getting this changed and corrected, and just simply in the fact that they can probably make a bunch of money off of it, brother.
Hey, I wanted to say on that, there's what's the harm in trying? If we don't, if they aren't genuine and we don't get anything out of it or whatever, we're no worse off than we are right now. But if they are genuine and we walk away from the table, we've lost a good partner and a good knowledge, a good resource.
My history with DAT has been what I said to them in the meeting. They are interested in subscribers. That is all that they are interested in. They are interested in people that pay that bill every month. And what I feel is going on right now is they're losing a lot of subscribers on a monthly basis. And they're losing them to their largest competitor, which is Truckstop. Because Truckstop got out in front of them and started announcing that they're doing something to end double brokering and all of the fraud on their platform. That's what it looks like to me. So now they're trying to, start the campaign of getting a message out there that they're trying to do something to fix it as well. DAT has always been interested in one thing, and that's subscribers. They've never been interested in having correct information or customer service or making anybody feel good about using their product. They've only been interested in you signing up to subscribe to that shit service every month. That's it.
Well, I've been telling you, Mike,
for a very long time, and Truckstop, and they've always been like that. Papa, you want to go ahead? You want to chime in? I see you.
Yeah. I mean, you look at when Surge went out of business, or when they filed for bankruptcy. Dat was still letting them post. It wasn't until people started coming down on that they even put a disclaimer up. I mean, all they care about is that money. I mean, DAT has a weekly average that changes daily. How can you have a weekly average that changes daily on the market? You can't, unless you're manipulating the market. And that's all DAT is trying to do, is manipulate the market to help out the brokers who are spending all the money on those, posting the loads.
Right.
That's it.
Jamie, Blake, hold on, Jennifer. Jamie, Blake brings up a very good point here. The guy that was in the meeting was not the guy that we were supposed to be communicating with as far as our issues are concerned. She says the guy Jamie is communicating with is a different department than the guys in the Zoom meeting. They even said that.
The guys in the Zoom meeting was over fraud prevention, and that's who they was. Who we're dealing with now, and who actually set it up for us to go into the fraud prevention, is the guy over analytics, Ken Adamo. So
now Ken Adamo. Ken Adamo currently. Now, Ken Adamo is the guy that Overdrive went to get his views on how much brokers are taking out of the load. And he totally disagreed with us in that Overdrive article. He agrees with what Voltman is saying. He's saying, oh, brokers only take 10, 12, 13% out of a load. That's what he's saying. That's what Ken Adamo said in that Overdrive.
Well, let me give this to you, Mike. I'm sending him my rate confirmations that show $4.11 a mile average over the last month. Let's see if he can. Let's see if he can refute that with the rate cons with the receipts, and maybe we can change the way he's looking at it. Because what I'm bringing is I'm bringing receipts, I'm bringing facts. This ain't off the top of my head or what I'm seeing or the data that's being provided to me by a broker or a carrier that benefits from the data. Okay, I'm bringing actual receipts of what I've been paid, and we're talking about setting up a portal that does exactly that for owner operators of small carriers. So we will be able to get our data out there. And me personally, if I didn't have to guess at lanes, I don't never guess because I'm going to get my rate. But me personally, if there was a service that provided that, it would be beneficial to me and I would pay for it. That actually give me information.
Jamie, I am 1000% on board with you. Will they do it? We'll see. You are totally right, though. That sounds like a win if it happens. Jennifer, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Jennifer, I'm going to give you the floor, but I'd like to ask if you could do me a favor. Can you moderate the show for like
Yes.
5 minutes?
Yes.
I think Papa wants to say something. Yeah,
Okay.
can you do? Yeah, Papa, go ahead.
Well, I'm
Jennifer,
going to respond to Papa first, real
moderate.
quick.
I'm good, Jennifer. Go ahead.
Okay. I wanted to respond. You were saying like Surge, and they were still able to post on the load board. I'm going to explain why that is, because Surge didn't file a Chapter 7. Chapter 7 is when they go completely out of business and fold and go under. They filed a Chapter 11, which was a restructuring bankruptcy. So that allows them to stay in business and stay operational while they restructure their debt ratio and figure out who they're going to pay and who they're not going to pay, and how they're going to get to do that. And it allows them to stay in business. Now, my problem with the Surge bankruptcy was the fact that they gave TriumphPay the sole and exclusive rights to recover the money for the receivables out there, because there were lots of factoring companies owed, and you know that Triumph was going to take care of themselves first before they take care of anyone else, and I feel that's preferential.
Well, I mean, Dad knew they weren't paying the driver. And they knew they were filing for bankruptcy, and they weren't paying the drivers. But yet they still let them post on it and let drivers haul their load, knowing they weren't going to pay those drivers. That should never have happened.
Yeah, at the end, right before the bankruptcy, yes. But after they filed the bankruptcy, TriumphPay, back their payables for any loads done after the filing of the bankruptcy. So therefore, those loads were 100% guaranteed to be paid by TriumphPay within a certain number of days. But I think that's what they were using the income from, whatever was coming in from those loads that were covered on the bankruptcy, is that they were using the liquidity of that bankruptcy to float the loads that came immediately after the bankruptcy.
Yeah, but they should have, as soon as they filed for bankruptcy, they should have been put on pause until the drivers before that, because there's a lot of drivers that still haven't been paid.
Yep, you're right, there is. And you know what? The thing is that that's something we've never seen a trucking company file Chapter 11. It did not eventually come out Chapter 7. That is just postponing the inevitable in transportation. Once you get behind like that, you cannot get your head above water.
Yeah, and that's all they're trying to do is just buy some time, but they're going to end up filing Chapter 7. It's just trying to get the drivers paid is what Dak should have been worried about.
Or
I think
about it this way: it's more about milking the system for all it's worth before you file.
Right. They're trying. Yeah. They also have a lot of money sitting out there in payables that they're waiting to get in, because Triumph was their factor for their receivables, which is payables to other companies, and so all those shippers that owe them money, they were still waiting to get that money in, and they couldn't just go on a full-fledged bankruptcy. They would have lost out on all that income.
Yeah.
And then this thing with Convoy, I just wanted to say, there's no reason why a company that was valued at $3.8 billion last year went completely under, who came into the office one day, cleared their load board, canceled all in-transit outstanding loads, and shut the doors and turned off the lights and locked the doors and went home. That's just ridiculous.
Yeah, their shutdown was a surprise, but the freight they were hauling was on the lower end.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I want to say, Matt is here. So Matt is here. He's watching, and he probably, I don't know, maybe he's in transit or something. He probably missed the question that Papa asked earlier. I kind of forgot.
He says he just landed in Minnesota, Mike. He said he just landed in Minnesota.
Okay. You know what? He's I see him here on X. I'm not on X, but I'm not going to explain how I see him. But Matt, there was a question asked. You know what, Papa? I'll let you ask it. You're here. Please ask the question about the broker and the percentage they're taking out of the load. Matt, the broker is watching right now.
Yeah, I mean, if they're only taking the 12%, 15%, why hide it? That's the big thing. They're hiding it because they're taking more. I mean, they're taking fuel surcharges from the drivers and not paying it to them. So what's that stop them from taking more money? You know, that's my big thing.
Matt, if you can answer, that was his question to you. Why are they hiding it? If it's such a small percentage, why not? And you know what? Matt even asked that question in LinkedIn. Matt is he really uses LinkedIn, and I read the post. He did ask that question. He put a very long post up on LinkedIn to his peers, and he asked. He said, "Why are we hiding this? I want to know." If you guys are I read the post. He posted to, if you guys are as great a salesman as you claim to be, why are you hiding your commissions? Just put it out there. Be transparent. Matt did ask that question, and I'm not defending Matt because he is a broker, and by law I have to hate his guts. But he did ask that question. I love Matt. I'm just kidding. His partner is different. His partner can't stand me. He smashed me this weekend on LinkedIn. But
he's a damn carrier.
He's a carrier. Yo, he went in on me. For what reason, I don't know, because I was actually defending him, and he just chewed me out. And I'm sorry I offended Alex. Well,
let me put something out there, Mike, real quick on the transparency, and another reason for them to hide it. Even if they are getting 15% commission, but then they co-broker it out to the next one, they get 15. So I believe that it's more than just simply their commissions they're hiding. They're hiding how often they're passing freight around between them and everybody taking a cut on it before it ever hits the load board. I firmly believe that.
That's another question.
If it's co-brokered, it's one fee, they split.
I'm sorry, Jennifer, what was that?
If it's co-brokered, it's one fee, the regular fee that broker takes, and they split it. There's not supposed to be this broker gets 15%, this broker gets 15%.
Jennifer, I see it. I see them do it on the load board every day, honey.
I'm just saying.
A smaller broker will have the load up at a decent rate. They cannot move it. It sits there all day. They cannot move the load, and then it goes off the board and pops up the next second with TQL, Landstar, and they've cut another $800 or $900 off the rate that was previously posted. You can't tell me it ain't happening. I see it every day.
Hold on, Jamie. What she's saying is, because I know what she's saying, and you see, the co-broker agreement is really a spinoff of the interline agreement in household goods. And in household goods, what we do is it's similar to co-brokering, except it's one carrier taking a load from a customer and giving it to another carrier to facilitate for us. Now, as long as we have an interline agreement between us, it's legal. Now, what's not legal is that second carrier telling the customer, you have to pay me more money. Whatever that second carrier gets paid comes out of our cut of the original price the customer paid. That carrier gets, so if I get $1,000 and I tell a carrier, listen, I'm going to give you 500, and the carrier feels he needs to get more money out of that, for facilitating that move, the carrier has to come back to me and ask me for more money, not the customer. So Jamie, you are correct. it is happening. I know for a fact as well. And Jennifer's correct too. It shouldn't be happening. That's the way co-brokering agreements should work.
And more to my point was going to be that if they are taking 2 cuts out of it, then it is not co-brokering, it's illegal brokering.
Yeah. But that's the way it's supposed to work. If you feel
Well, I can tell you
you
it's
need to
happening.
get money out of that load, it should come out of the original agreed upon cut. Not you shouldn't be getting hit twice, like Jamie's saying, because in household goods, that you'll get a visit from the DOT. And that's another thing I want to point out. People have been saying things like, "Oh, the DOT won't come out to you. They won't do this." Oh, yes, they will, and they do. In household goods, they come out to you. They knock on your door, you open it, and a badge gets put in your face, and they say, "Show me all your files." Yes, they do. And one of the things they check are those agreements we're talking about right now. They will go to another carrier's office and they'll audit them. And these are usually on-site audits. It's face-to-face. It's not done through Zoom. It's not done on the phone. They come to your office and they sit down. Okay, for days, not 1 day, not 2 days, for a week, they sit in your office and they go through all of your files. And when they find the load they're looking for and they don't see that interline agreement connected to it, you're getting a nice $10,000 fine. That's how that works. So I wanted to put that out there because Matt did a show the other day about and the topic came up about what the DOT can do and what they can't do. Oh, they won't come to your office, so they won't raid you. They won't do that. They do it every day. You have no idea what you're talking about. They do it every day. Go ahead, Joseph.
So I'm going to let everyone know I drive a 2024 Peterbilt. Every DOT section, every single weigh station I go through, I get pulled in. And out of 10 times, 8 of them, they pulled me in. The clerk at the windows, well, they obviously say, come in, park, bring in your paperwork. The clerk's like, "Hey, I see you don't have an IFTA sticker. You got a brand new truck, don't you?" I'm like, "Yep." He's like, "How many miles?" I'm like, 7,000. No, the first time it was actually 1,200. So every single time they're like, "Yeah, we know. We just got to pull you in, show us your permit. You're good to go." I show them my permit. I don't have an IFTA sticker. I don't have an IFTA sticker on this truck. It's a 2024. The DOT will do almost every single thing they can do just because they can with a smile on their face. They told me, like, "Yeah, we know you got an IFTA permit, but we have to call you in." Whether they want to or not, I don't know what their bosses are telling them, but they can do it. With that being said,
Why don't you have an IFTA sticker? That don't make sense.
His truck is brand new.
Well, I mean, the truck I was in this past year was brand spanking new. It had 500 miles on it when I got it. Before I rolled out of the office with that brand new truck, I had an IFTA sticker on my truck.
I mean, an IFTA sticker is an IFTA sticker. Or if you have an IFTA account, you have IFTA sticker. Is the company you're running for new, Joseph? Then why don't you have an IFTA sticker?
Hey, it's a brand new sticker. I'm pulling up the paperwork for y'all right now.
Okay, so you didn't have an IFTA sticker at the time.
No, it was a brand new truck. I got and it was no point because it was late in the year. So it's X amount of months in the year. I got a permit, which is what I'm pulling up, but there's no point in sending out a sticker because I'm going to get the 2024 sticker in the mail in about 2 days. If they
I mean, you don't have a permit. You have a internal fuel tax agreement is what you've got, but just no sticker.
Yeah, it's paid for. It's just it's so new. They're not going to send out the sticker for it.
Yeah, I got that shit. You have to have the sticker on the truck, bro. They look for the colored sticker. If they don't see the colored sticker, they're gonna give you shit. So you have to have the sticker on the truck. They must.
Well, I've already got my new sticker. It's right up there in my glove box. I haven't put it on yet because my green sticker is still good for 23. But I guarantee you, before the 1st of January, that sticker will be on my truck.
I shit you not. I got a phone call from my wife the other day. She's like, "Hey, Joe, your Infosys sticker came in." I'm like, "Oh yeah, is it 2024?" She's like, "No, it's 2023." And I'm looking. I'm like, "What? What color is it?" She's like, "It's green." I'm like, "Oh shit."
Yeah.
And that just told me, like, I need to call my dispatcher saying, "Hey, you need to send me the 2024 sticker because I can get away with the 2023 sticker. I can't get away with the 2024 sticker."
Right.
Yeah,
But
but
you
go
could
ahead and
order.
stick that sticker on your truck, and then when you put the 24 on there, put the new sticker right over the old sticker. But take a razor blade and score it across in like 4 or 5 spots because people will steal them stickers. Score the sticker.
Right. In any case, who else do we have here? Jessica, you still there?
I am. I'm still here.
Thought we lost.
I had to run over to my phone. I was loading the dryer.
Got you. No, I got to do laundry too. Chris is trying to get back in, but he can't. Jessica, anything you want to add before we close the show out? We've been on for 2 hours. I think we're going to go around the room with some final thoughts. Yeah. So we
Mike,
really
I'm
want
good.
to.
I'm leaving. I gotta go. So thanks, guys.
Is that Jennifer? Jennifer, you're
Yeah,
out.
I'm out. I don't have
Thank
anything
you,
else to
Jennifer.
say.
Thank you for being here, Jennifer.
Thank you. Have a good night.
You too. Jessica,
Yeah.
final words, final thoughts.
Just remember, we've got a fuel card out here that is going to save you money. We're definitely competitive. We're not going to beat every deal, but in the broad scope across the nation, we'll save you the most on average. If you have any questions, my email is jdotson@msfuelcard.com. You can reach me at 913-563-9908. Have a good evening, everybody.
I have Jessica's contact information here somewhere, and no, I don't. But she just put a post in the group at the top, brand new, pinned to the top, the link to apply for the fuel cards. Get your NOAA fuel card now. Discounts at over 1,500 locations, accepted at over 9,000 locations, 24/7, 365 customer service. Reporting. That's what I was going to ask you, Jessica. Reporting for IFTA.
Yeah.
You do that. Taxes. Never roll alone. To learn more, click the link. Talk to a fuel card expert. Yes, it's right there. Thank you, Jessica, for being here. Mr. Papa, you got the floor, sir.
No, I just want to say thank you for everything you do, Mike. We believe in the cause. We're here to help. We believe in like the fuel card, the healthcare, and all the other savings we get along with being part of this. And Blake was telling me about the insurance that you're trying to start. And when that comes out, we'll probably see about that too.
Absolutely. It is. It's coming. It's a struggle, mind you. It's a delicate dance. I'll be honest with you. They had a we had a meeting with these guys. I believe it was Friday, and they got wind of the fact that we are boycotting certain insurance companies, and we're waging a little war on the insurance industry. And let's just say they were not pleased about that and gave us a little warning. So I pushed back a little bit, and look, it is what it is. But the product is going to be coming first quarter of 2024, and we think everyone is going to be happy with it. Thank you for being here, Papa. Thank you, and thank you, Blakes, for being here. Chris, I'm going to go to you last. Try not to lose your connection.
Yeah.
I'm going to go to Jamie.
right.
Jamie, go.
I'll see if I can't stop.
Yeah, I don't. You know what, Chris? Maybe we should go to you first. Go ahead, Chris, and then we'll end it off with Jamie.
So stay tuned for Tuesday. That's gonna be
Right.
a big one.
Right. Tuesday, we're doing the, you've got something going on with that load that you carried with that broker, the big issue.
Yeah,
with
I'm
the
pretty
dump.
sure it was. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was co-brokered at least 3 times.
And we will talk about that Tuesday. Chris, thank you for bringing that
Yep.
to our attention. Anything else?
You know, join NOAA, join the fight. We need
Sounds
to
like a good-
unite and we need to unite and work together.
On that note, Christopher, our new 2024 marching orders coming out of Washington should be here soon. I should have already gotten the flyer for what we're going to be fighting for in Washington next year. I was told I was going to get it last week, but I did not get it. It's funny. I don't even know what we're going to be pushing for next year. I'm pretty sure transparency will be on that somewhere. But we've got to add insurance in there. So they're putting that together now, the guys down in Washington. So I should have that sometime next week. But Chris, you are exactly right. Tuesday night's going to be a big show. We're going to be here at 8 p.m. Tuesday. Thank you, Chris, for, toughing it out with us. I know you're in the mountains and you're losing service. So drive safely. And, we'll see you on.
Yeah,
Tuesday.
roads ain't as bad as I thought they would be, though. They're actually pretty good. So that's a plus.
Always. Mr. Langone, floor is yours, sir.
Well, I'm glad to have the floor. I'm happy to be here. I wish I was in Reno. I was offered a load, but someone stole it from me. I should be at the Trump rally. MAGA Mission was going to help me out. We were going to do a whole shindig, but it just didn't turn out that way. That being said, hopefully I can run into Trump in Vegas at Trump Tower, but I don't know if that's going to happen. No, it's just a grind. I appreciate being here. I appreciate the audience. I appreciate people understanding where we're coming from. We are truck drivers out here on the road trying to make a living, trying to move America. Man, and then on top of that, my side option, I made this mistake of going to Austin, Texas and signing some paperwork and getting on the ballot for District 17. But don't worry about that. You don't need a guy in Congress. You don't need a guy in Washington. It's a cesspool. It's disgusting. You don't need it. It's, oh God, I can't even begin to explain how disgusting DC is. But if anyone's going to go and tolerate that BS, I don't mind being the guy. I don't mind. God, it makes me want to throw up. Like, it is just, it's terrible there. But the fact is, in reality, we need to make sure we need to move our country forward. So with the truck drivers on the road, they need to be represented. I'm out of paychecks. I have no money. Like, all of my money that I can touch, I can't because it has to go to my campaign. If I touch it, I go to jail. Just like George Santos, he just got expelled. Not trying to divert, but there's a lot of issues wrong with the trucking industry. They're diverting it down to where they want every single guy with a CDL to be a company driver so they can control them. That's not the point of a CDL. That is not the point of being a truck driver. If you are a truck driver, you are an independent American man or woman who wants to drive your own future. You are at the helm. You are the person making sure you have your future ahead of you. We cannot divert from that. Therefore, I will yield my time. Just trust us. Like, we want what's best for this country. We want what is best for this world. The people that drive it, that is where we are. So with that, I will yield. I will shut my mic off.
Joseph, we appreciate you.
I had a
And
question.
we are behind you 150%. Thank you for being here, Mr. Lango. Representing the District 17 in Texas. Thank you. His email address is right there down on the bottom, scrolling across the screen. If you have any questions for Mr. Langone, you could send him an email. And he will definitely get back to you. I suggest you contact him. He's got a lot of interesting views. and he supports truckers and he supports workers, people who actually go out and work for a living. I like him, so you should too. Jamie, you have the floor, sir. You're closing out the show.
Yeah. Well, let's remember, y'all, we're coming into a new year. We got a lot to be thankful for. Like I started making memes. I put a meme the other day up. It's not about the presents. It's about the presence and being with your family. Faith, family, freedom. As long as we got them and maintain them, then we're doing something. And we know the fight is to tear all them down. The fight we're getting in the direction the bureaucrats in Washington is sending us is all designed to attack your faith, your family, and your freedom. We have to stand and fight. We can't take it. We let it go too long and got us in a bad situation. But it's time that we stand up because we don't want to pass this mess off to our children or our grandchildren. So that being said, you go in these spaces, you go into different places, you speak to these politicians. Ask them the questions. Ask them the hard question. Ask them if they know anything about what's going on in the transportation industry, because I always ask them. And a lot of them kind of stumble over their words, or they go back to this or that because they don't really understand. But what that will do when you ask them questions and they don't know it, it will encourage them to educate themselves on it. So we all need to be asking the questions dealing with transportation, and if they're aware of what we're facing out here and where we're at as an industry, it's important to do it. And then, look, man, we got Albert Harshaw. He's writing legislation. We got all these people that we've educated on the trucking industry and what we're facing and brought the receipts. And, that is where our support has come from educating people and let them know what we're dealing with and reaching out to the public. Y'all can't fathom the amount of support that we've gotten behind the scenes by very, very, very intelligent people, constitutionalists, lawyers, you name it. That we've got a broad sector of support out here in all different industries and all different walks of life that are supporting us and fighting for us. And it grows every day. I think it's the end of the year. I think we need to try to get somebody to put together a slideshow of our accomplishments this year, something we can play at the end of the year, and just sit back and have a glass of eggnog and pat each other on the back, because we have made a lot of accomplishments this year. We've covered a lot of ground. We've put in a lot of sweat and tears, sweat equity. We haven't made no money, you know what I mean? But one thing's for sure, we put in the work. It ain't about the money. It's about correcting the wrongs and setting the industry back on the path where it needs to be. And that's where it's profitable for all of us. But I'm going to park it there, man. But don't be afraid to ask them hard questions, because anybody you ask that's in one of these roles that's trying to get a spot in the government, America First, when you ask them, they're not going to have the information, but it's going to prompt them to get the information. So if they're asked again, they can speak intelligently on it. Our main thing, people say, oh, well, y'all need to work on educating people. Y'all need to work on this. Well, what do they think we've been doing for the past year? We've been educating people daily. It's what we do. We give them the truth. We give them the facts. We bring the receipts. We educate them. And that's a big thing. As long as we keep doing that, then we will set this right. Like I put up in the group, we're advocates, we're educators, and we're not going to capitulate. That's the number one thing. They want us to go away. They figured out we're not. We're not. So we're here to the end. We're here to fight this all the way through. And that's how we're making a change and getting the places where we're at. And I'll park it there, Mike. Thanks, sir.
And Mr. Anderson, I want to throw a special thank you out to you, brother. You're such a hard worker, and you're so determined. And you call me up all the time. Sometimes I'm down, and you pick me up. I appreciate you. I consider you a brother, a friend. And you, Chris, Blakes, Jennifer, Caitlin, Dan, Michael, John, just everybody, Bill, You guys all keep me going, man. And I appreciate you so much, man. Without you guys, Raphael, who I haven't talked to in a while, give me a call, brother. Come on. We compadres. Raphael, out in California. All you guys, man, it's been a great year. And if I've accomplished nothing this year, I accomplished making a whole bunch of new friends that I think I will be friends with for life. And I really do appreciate you all, especially you, Jamie, and everyone else. Thank you. All the new people that we've met, guys like Joseph and Albert Hershaw and, John. I can't forget John Marlin and all the other people, Carmen Love. And, there's just so many. I can't say all the names, but you all know how I feel about you. We appreciate all your love and support and everything that you do for truckers. I want to say thank you to Matthew Kane from Right Load for checking in with us tonight. Once again, if you do not know about Right Load, I don't have the email address, the website address here, but you can Google it. Right Load, RITELOAD, Right Load. Thank you, Matthew Kane. Thank you, Matt Dahl, for checking in. Good guy, Matt. Yeah, he's a broker, but he's my friend and I like him. He's cool. Matt is a good guy. You can check out his show with his partner, Alex, Real Freight Talk on LinkedIn. I don't know when it airs, but you can check it out. And I want to throw some shout outs there to Joe Acosta. Joe, I want you to know, I don't want you to think that I don't read every text message you send. I do. Every email, every text message, I do. So don't think I'm not reading them. I am. Sometimes I just get busy and I can't respond back to you, but I read everything you send and I really do appreciate you, brother. Thank you very much. And everyone else out there that supports truckers and support what we're doing. Thank you all for being here. It's been about 2.5 hour show. So we're going to pack it up. And we will be back here on Tuesday, not tomorrow, Tuesday, because I have some meetings tomorrow and I won't be able to make it. So thank you all for being here on this emergency show that we set up for tonight, and have a productive, happy, safe week. And we will see you again here on Tuesday. Thank you.
Trucker Tuesday, Mike. Trucker Tuesday is still on with John. The hashtag has changed to We the People. Hashtag We the People. And we will be in there with John on Tuesday morning. Our last show that we put on over there, since things kind of went a little wanky, we had almost 1,000 people in that space. So come join us, man. These spaces are growing. These people are growing. The community is growing. Seen a lot of old faces that we haven't seen in a while that fully support us. And it was good to see that, back in with Shepherd's Watch, fighting for the children, and just the different people that, it's been a long year, Mike. You know what I mean? There's been so many people this year, man, that have just been instrumental in what we've done, brother. It's amazing. America's still an amazing place, Sean. It's still worth fighting for. And that's what we're doing. So let's keep up the fight.
Agreed. Totally agreed, sir. This is the greatest country on the planet. And I totally agree. We are number one. And when we do things together, there's nothing we can't accomplish. I'm 53 years old. I've traveled all over the world, and I'm an American, born and raised. I always end up back home. So this is the greatest country on the planet. Thank you for those words, Jamie. yes, Trucker Tuesday, 11 a.m. to 1 or 2 p.m. We usually run till about 2. So Trucker Tuesday, join us with Marlon. And thank you once again all for being here. Have a great rest of your week. Good night.